Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about the unsung heroes of language, pronouns. They're these little words we use all the time, but we hardly ever give them a second thought. But let's be real, they make our sentences flow, our conversations make sense, and honestly, without them, speaking would be a total drag. So, let's jump in and see how these tiny words do such a huge job.
So, you ever read something and it just sounds clunky, kind of awkward, and you're hearing the same word over and over again? Well, there's a name for that. It's the repetition problem, and it's something our language has a really elegant fix for.
Just take a look at this. On the left, you've got a world with no pronouns. The chef said the chef would cook the chef's best dish. It's a lot, right? You can barely get it out. Now look to the right. The chef said he would cook his best dish. So much better. It's shorter, it's clearer, and it just sounds natural. That little switch, that's the magic of the pronoun. And the hero that swoops in to make that magic happen is, of course, the pronoun. It's this simple but incredibly powerful tool that saves us from sounding like a broken record and makes our communication feel, effortless.
So, what is a pronoun officially? Well, it's basically a stand-in, a substitute. Its entire job is to step in for a noun, a person, place, or thing that we've already mentioned, so we don't have to keep saying it over and over again.
And here's the thing, you already use these all the time. Words like he, she, they, this, mine, who. These are the absolute workhorses of our sentences, jumping in to keep things moving smoothly. All right, so here's our game plan. We've covered the problem and met the pronoun. Now we're going to meet the core team you use every day. Then look at how other types help us point, ask questions, and connect ideas. After that, we'll meet a few specialists, and finally, see exactly how to put them all to work. Okay, let's kick things off with the A-listers, the most common pronouns out there, the personal and possessive ones. And their names give you a pretty big clue. One group is all about people, and the other is all about ownership. This chart breaks down personal pronouns really nicely. It's all about perspective. So first person is when I'm talking about myself, that's I or we. Second person is when I'm talking to you. And third person, that's for everyone and everything else. He, she, it, they. It's a neat little system for keeping track of who's who. And then you have possessive pronouns. Their job couldn't be simpler. They show who owns what. So instead of saying, this book is my book, which is a bit clunky, you just say, this book is mine. It's so much cleaner. Words like mine, yours, his, and hers are all about possession. Okay, moving on from people and ownership, our next batch of pronouns are more action-oriented. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. They have very specific jobs, like pointing at stuff, asking questions, or linking our ideas together. First up, demonstrative pronouns. Think of these as your pointer fingers. You've got this and these for things that are close by, and that and those for things that are a bit further away. They let you be specific without repeating a noun. Super simple, super direct. And then we've got the detectives of the group, the interrogative pronouns. These are your question starters. Who, which, what, whom, whose. Anytime you need to find something out, one of these guys is leading the investigation. Now these are really cool. Relative pronouns act like bridges. Words like who, which, and that connect a main clause to some extra information about it. So you take the book is interesting and you gave me the book, and you bridge them together into one smooth sentence. All right, now for the specialists. These are the pronouns that get called in for very specific, sometimes a little more complex assignments within our sentences. So check this out. Here's where the same word can do two different things. On the left, we have a reflexive pronoun. She hurt herself. The action of the verb hurt reflects back onto the subject, she. But on the right, herself is an emphatic pronoun. It's there for emphasis, like a spotlight, stressing that she and nobody else was the one who baked that cake. And let's do a quick lightning round for the last three specialists. You've got indefinite pronouns like someone, which are great when you're not talking about a specific person. Distributive pronouns like each help you talk about members of a group individually. And reciprocal pronouns like each other are perfect for showing a mutual two-way street kind of action. Phew, okay, so we've officially met all 9 types, but knowing what they are is just step 1. Now we've got to figure out where they actually go, because their position in a sentence is everything. And the good news is pronouns are pretty flexible. They can be the star of the show, the subject doing the action, like in he is running. They can be the object, the one receiving the action, like when Allie called me. They can show ownership as a possessor, as in her dress is blue. Or you'll often find them right after a preposition, like in the gift is from her. Those are the 4 key spots.
So we've been on quite the journey, huh? We started with that clunky repetition problem, found our hero, the pronoun, and then met all 9 different types and figured out where they fit. It's time to bring it all home with one final recap.
And here it is, the whole shebang in one place. This chart is your ultimate cheat sheet. It breaks down all 9 types, what their main job is, and gives you a classic example for each one. From the personal pronouns all the way to the reciprocal ones, it's all right here. So there you have it. You've basically got a masterclass in the 9 types of pronouns that make our language tick. But here's a final thought for you. Language isn't set in stone. It's alive, it breathes, it evolves. We're already seeing it happen with pronouns, right? The singular they is becoming way more common as our ideas about identity evolve. So it really makes you wonder, what's next? What will the next big change be for this fundamental piece of our grammar? It's pretty fascinating to think about.